Today we're going to do something a little different. Hi.
Hi.
Radio Rahim. How are you?
Good.
See you. Hey. How you doing, man?
Hi, we're better. Hi, how are you?
Good.
Feeling a little bit better, just some pains, you know, but fighting right here. Watching some boxing like always.
Nice.
All of us in the boxing world, journalists, fans alike, we take our time and our attention and our energy to focus on the sport we love, the fighters that engage, the warriors that step in the ring, the heroes that we adore, and we argue back and forth about who's better on what day and who's got more metal than the other and who's got more courage and who's stronger, who's got more power. But there's another type of warrior that sometimes is overlooked. There's another type of warrior on a daily basis that struggles, not in the ring, not just out of the ring, but in life on a daily basis. True battles of life and death. And sometimes the world of our sport and entertainment and the world of our lives and death intersect. On this day, I want to introduce you to a young man who's just like us. He's a fan of the sport. He's a warrior himself. He's a warrior fighting for his life. And he's also a true boxing fan, right down to the core. I want to introduce you to Edder Angel. Edder, first, I would just like for you to talk to me about what it is that you love about the sport of boxing and how you became such a true fan.
Oh man, I've been loving this sport since, wow, way before high school. I started boxing because one of my friends is actually a professional boxer. And I send a shout out to him, Armando Zapatalitas Dorantes. And he took me to the gym and I just fell in love with it, you know, the punching bags, you know, like everything, you know. It's just so much dedication that you need to put into the sport. Your work ethic has to be, you know, to the top, to the max, you know. And there's no team. It's not a team sport, you know. You're in the ring by yourself, you know. That's why I guess, you know, like for example, Floyd's been so great, you know, for 17 years because, you know, it's been just him inside the ring and nobody else, you know. And I just love boxing. I love studying it. So a lot of people say boxing is dead, but it's not dead if you keep looking at prospects coming up and then you study. It's beautiful, man. It's just beautiful. Always like looking up at prospects coming up, and you see that boxing is well in a life.
I mean, I've been sitting here with you for a few minutes, maybe even close to an hour, and the energy that just came to your face and the life, I mean, I can see it in you. You love the sport. I also want to introduce your fiance. She's known as Little Mama. And he named by none other than Sam Watson. And first of all, let's get a little background so people know who you are and where you're from. How did the two of you meet?
We met. Oh, he was gonna sing at a venue, and I went to go dancing with my friends, and he was there singing, and I fell in love.
Now, not long after you met, you run into some medical issues, and that's part of why we're here today. Can you tell me what happened and how you found out?
Yeah, actually, not long after we got together, right after we found out that we actually got a surgery when I met her, and they removed a tumor, cancerous tumor, but I never expected that was going to spread into something really bad and serious. I wasn't able to get insurance like Medi-Cal. I was going everywhere, you know, trying to knock on doors, see who could help me out. And it was really difficult, so by the time that I got Medi-Cal, it spread to my lungs. So that's when I already had been here with her for a couple of months. Then we found out that, you know, I had cancer. And that's when the real battle began with chemotherapies and everything. And we're heartbroken, you know, at first when you find out you have cancer, your first thought is you're gonna die. And from there we took it as, you know, day by day, and we started fighting, and it's just been something really difficult, like the saddest days of my life, and it's been really hard. But I mean, it's been somehow I've been happy that it made me a different man. You know, it changed my life. It got me closer to my family. You know, I was able to meet this, young, beautiful lady and get so close and know real love because she's been there through thick and thin, through all the battles, and that's what showed me that real love does exist, But yeah, we've been through it all for almost 2 years already fighting cancer.
I know that those were some dark days, and here recently, your love of boxing actually provided you an opportunity by happenstance, by coincidence. You ran into Sam Watson. Why don't you begin to tell me about what happened on that day?
Well, we were coming out of the Home Depot Center after the fight, and the Mares and Santa Cruz fight. We were coming out of it, and I seen Sam Watson, and I was like, I want to take a picture with him. And he was like, all right, let's go ask him. And he was like, he was kind of shy, like, no. And then I was like, come on, let's go take a picture. And he's like, all right, let's go. So we got closer, and then he was a really friendly person. And I was just like, can I take a picture with you? He was like, yeah. He was the first thing. He was like, yeah, little mama. He's like, come here. And he's like, I'll hold your pillow. So I took a picture with him and his son, one of the twins. And then I took a picture with Wilder. I also took Deontay Wilder. I also took a picture with him too. And then after that, he was like, I'll hold your pillow, so that he could take a picture with Wilder. And who did you take a picture with? I think the girl from Soul Plane. I forgot her name.
Okay.
She was also there with them, so we got to meet her also.
I think it was all meant to be, because that fight, I wanted to see it so bad because, first of all, I'm a huge boxing fan, so I knew it was gonna be a really good fight, Santa Cruz, and also Mares versus Johnny Gonzalez. But for some reason, my HBO was cut off, and I called like 20 different friends, and none of them had it. I called different restaurants, and nobody had it, and we were like, do you want to just go to the fight? And we're like, it's right here in Carson, like, so we just go. And we're like, let's just go. And honestly, we took off probably around 2 when the event started. I tried to get them online, and it wasn't letting me get them online no more. So we had to actually go and get them there. So, it was meant to be, because what a coincidence that we ended up there at the venue, actually watching it live. And we were able to meet, I took a picture with Paulie Malignaggi, with Lucas Mathies, and we meet Sam Watson, which we know who he is, the advisor, helps out Rahim. So we were like, when she told him, he's a cancer patient, and he's a huge Mayweather fan. And right away,
Sam Watson.
Yeah.
That, that I'm a cancer patient. I was like, oh, tell him. He
was embarrassed.
he's like, but maybe he could help us, make your dream come true. And then right away, Sam Watson has a huge heart, really humble. He's like, give my number down. And I didn't believe him. I was like, really? Is this his real number? And he gave me his number.
His real number.
He he said, hit me up when you're in Vegas. I had to hit him up because I told him we're gonna go see the fight in Vegas for Canelo and Mayweather. And I'm like, hit me up before, make sure you're there, and see if after or before maybe I could slip you in and get to meet him, really fast, or something if you're over there. But unfortunately, that's when things got really bad, and which hasn't been really good right now. But we were not able to make the trip. So
talk to me about that day. I know that you guys had made plans, reservations. Obviously, this was your dream to meet Floyd. So from that morning, when you were supposed to leave, what happened?
We were actually gonna take off. We had reservations for Thursday, but we were gonna take off Wednesday for the MGM so we could catch in the weigh-ins and everything, all the facilities, and it could be easier for me because right now I really get fatigued. I can't really walk, so maybe get a wheelchair or the scooters. So that's why we wanted to stay in the MGM, and I started getting really, really bad fevers, and I got a blood infection. So there was no way that I was gonna be able to go. So I also had to get antibiotics. Through my IV, which she was putting them to me. So we thought it was gonna be too difficult, and I was in no condition of going. I was really bad. So we watched it at my brother's house. I was still really not feeling good. I actually watched the fight with fevers, but I was so happy, watching the display of boxing that he did that night. But yeah, I wish I would have been at Vegas. You never know, but right away, she had a big heart too. She thought about me, and she called Sam to let him know why we didn't go.
Tell me that day. I know when the fight came around, it had gotten to be in kind of a dark place. Start there and then talk to me about what happened when you called Sam.
Well, though in those few days, he was getting real bad fevers, and he was really, really sick, having fevers of 103, 102, and he was sweating. I mean, it was really hard, having pains and everything. So I was like, oh, we're not able to go like this. He's really bad. We're not able to go. So for me, it was like really sad seeing him like the way he was. He was even sad that he was not able to go, but he was more, concerned about his health also. But he was really sad because we couldn't go. And then, so I wanted to brighten up his day. And so I first I texted Sam once, and he was like, call me. So right away I called him and I spoke to him and I told him what was going on and why we were not able to make it to Vegas. And right away he was like, text me his number. It probably was like in about 5 minutes we received a phone call from Mayweather to his phone.
So on the night of Canelo Alvarez versus Floyd Mayweather, Floyd Mayweather called you personally.
The day after.
Yeah, I think it was 1 or 2 days after, but I was shocked. First off, it could have been any time of the year. That type of athlete, he's, I think, considered for me is the best athlete in the world, because his work ethic, everything is hard work, dedication, everything overall, like discipline. And for him to give me a call, he's like, honestly, like, you could compare him to Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and give me a call from all the people around the world that might be one of his fans, and to give me a call, and especially right after one of his best performances of his career. I was like, I couldn't believe it when the phone rang, and then I heard his voice. I was just in shock, like, Floyd, really? And then, it was something really beautiful and special that I'll never forget.
Lil Mama told me about that night, being dark. You were sitting alone, the lights out. And can you first tell me what was said between you and Floyd, if it's not too personal, and then how it affected you, how a moment like that helped you turn the corner health-wise and with your depression?
Well, yeah, I was kind of sad at first because we had received a kind of not good news at the doctor, that the chemos were not working no more. Like the medicine I had received, they have given me already kind of mostly all type of regimen for my type of cancer. So they're not working. So he was just, what I could do is send you home and start giving you chemo pills. That's about what we can do. And then what I started is trying to get natural remedies on my own, because I don't want to give up. I want to keep fighting and be a warrior. So I was kind of down because of that already. And then receiving the call from Floyd, honestly, regardless of how bad I was feeling, like, that just brightened up my day. And I put a smile on my face, even though I was feeling really, really sad. I was just like, I was really emotional, and I started breaking down. And right when we clicked, I started watching his fights right after, because, right away when he answered, I was like, well, first me, I was like, Floyd, really? Like, yeah, this is Floyd. And then I'm like, like, what's up? And then he's like, what's up, champ? You're a warrior, right? He's like, you're a warrior, you know that? You're a warrior, champ. He kept calling me champ. And he's like, don't stop fighting. Don't stop fighting. We're here. And I'm like, oh, thank you for calling me and taking your time. Congratulations on your win. He told me thank you. And then he just kept saying that I'm a warrior, that I'm a champ. Not to give up. And I remember I was like, all right, well, we both said, all right, I'm on the team to the day I die, to the day I eat. And that's no L-I-E. That's no lie.
So, I mean, that's a beautiful story. Again, like when you spoke about boxing originally, when we started talking, I saw you light up. I saw the energy come back to your face. I still see the remnants of that call and what happened on that day right here, making you strong. So So many people will see this story, I think, be inspired by your courage, not only by your love of the sport, but how the sport's given back to you, and how Floyd Mayweather, the biggest athlete on the planet right now, after his biggest moment, took the time out to talk to you in your moment, when you needed some inspiration. He provided that to you. So the fact that this sport was able to mean that much to you coming up in your life, and at that time provide you with the inspiration you needed maybe to go on. I want to give you an opportunity to, I don't know, talk to Floyd, thank him, tell him whatever it is that, you may want or that can help you going forward.
Yeah, well, no, first of all, I want to say, a lot of people have a wrong perception of him, he's like the top athlete in the sport, and he took the time to call me, it could have been 5 minutes, whatever, and he could have been busy. It was right after his fight, maybe celebrating with his family. He's all a busy man, and he called me. He took his time to call somebody he really doesn't know just to brighten up my day, and I mean, that means a lot, from that type of athlete person, with his celebrity status. And a lot of people have, I think, a wrong perception of him, and I know he has a big heart. Trust me, talking to him on the phone, it was something just really different. He has a big heart, and he cares. The guy cares. A lot of people think he's cocky, and they say this and that, but also they gotta see he's an entertainer. They say he's cocky, flashy. He also gotta put on a show. He has to sell, and that's why boxing, I think, is up there, because people like Floyd. But to him, I want to thank him from the bottom of my heart, and now he could see who he talked to, on the phone. I want to, tell him thank you. I'm on the team. So day I die. That's no lie. And there's nothing more in this world that I would want to meet you one day, Floyd, and hope to hang out with you and just have a few words with you, with my idol, with my champ, and because I know you have an interesting life, and I'm pretty sure even 1 or 2 minutes speaking with you would be really, really something special, like in person.
Thank you for your time, man. You're an inspiration to us all. Thank you for bringing this to my attention. Radio Rahim here with Edder Angel and Little Mama. I have to give a...
Before, we also want to thank Sam Watson, the twins. Thank you so much for making all this possible and trying to make my dream come true. You guys also somebody really important, people that are really busy all the time, and for you guys to give us that time, to give that time to to my fiance, and always be in contact with us and develop this friendship is something really beautiful and nice that we will never ever forget. So thank you so much. We appreciate it from the bottom of our heart.